name is Kinley Rogers, and this is my speech on imposter syndrome. Have you ever felt like you haven't earned what you have or felt inadequate in your intellectual abilities? If this is a recurring feeling, you could be struggling with a psychological phenomenon called imposter syndrome. This is relevant to listeners because approximately 70% of people will experience imposter syndrome at some point in their lives. As a student who constantly strives to meet high expectations, both academically and athletically, I have experienced imposter syndrome and witnessed it in my peers. Imposter syndrome is a common psychological experience that causes individuals to doubt their abilities and achievements despite evidence of success. Today I will tell you about what imposter syndrome is, who is affected by it, and how we can manage it. The term imposter syndrome, originally known as imposter phenomenon, was formulated in 1978 by female psychologists Pauline Rose Clancy and Suzanne Imes. According to the 2023 UCLA Health article, Feeling Like a Fraud, Imposter Syndrome is Common Among High Achievers by Sandy Cohen. The term was created to describe high-achieving women who felt an internal experience of intellectual phoniness despite evidence of their achievements. It is now known that imposter syndrome can affect people of all ages and genders, rather than just successful women. Though this phenomenon is relevant to mental health, it is not an official diagnosis, but rather can be a sign of struggles with anxiety and depression. According to the 2023 National Library of Medicine peer review article, Imposter Phenomenon by Martin R. Huker, Jacob Schreffler, Patrick T. McKinney, and David Davis, imposter syndrome is a behavioral health phenomenon described as self-doubt of intellect, skills, or accomplishments among high-achieving individuals. Individuals who experience this phenomenon cannot internalize their success and often experience feelings of self-doubt, anxiety, depression, and apprehension of being exposed as a fraud. Now that you know what imposter syndrome is, let's discuss who is affected by it. Imposter syndrome is most common in those who are high-achieving or very successful in their fields. According to Dr. Gregory Jantz in his 2025 blog article, Imposter Syndrome, The Silent Struggles of High Achievers, those who struggle with perfectionism, fear of failure, overachievement, discounting success, comparing themselves to others, or persistent anxiety are prone to experiencing this syndrome. Besides mental and emotional tendencies, identity can also play a role in determining who is most likely to experience imposter syndrome. According to the 2023 Health article, Feeling Like a Fraud, Imposter Syndrome is Common Among High Achievers by Sandy Cohen, women and those in minorities, whether that be related to race, gender, religion, sexuality, etc., who experience a lack of support, lack of feelings of belonging, discrimination, and a lack of mentorship are more likely to develop imposter syndrome. Now you know who is most likely to be affected by imposter syndrome, but how can we manage it? According to the Stanford Center for Teaching and Learning online resource, Imposter Syndrome, which references sources written from 1978 to 2021, there are a few things that can be done to reaffirm confidence in one's abilities. To help self-doubt, those struggling with imposter syndrome should remind themselves that they are qualified and make a list of what is true about their abilities and successes. Consider where they can learn or grow or gain more confidence, and keep in mind that they are not alone. These steps help to build confidence by looking at the facts rather than basing their judgment of themselves on the feelings of inadequacy they are experiencing. If these exercises do not help put an end to your imposter syndrome, or if you know that you are struggling too much to handle it on your own, you should reach out to a trusted person in your life or a professional. According to the 2023 UCLA Health article, Feeling Like a Fraud, Imposter Syndrome is Common Among High Achievers by Sandy Cohen, if feelings of imposter syndrome are leading to isolation, anxiety, and depression that interferes with work, school, or life responsibilities, that's when to reach out for help. Talking about your feelings and struggles with another person can help you realize that you deserve what you have earned and help you learn new coping mechanisms. Imposter syndrome is a common psychological experience that causes individuals to doubt their ability and achievements despite evidence of success. Today we discuss the history and definition of imposter syndrome, who is affected by this phenomenon, and how someone struggling with imposter syndrome can manage their feelings of self-doubt. I hope I was able to effectively teach you about imposter syndrome and how it can be managed if you're experiencing it yourself. Thank you for listening. Here's my note card.